It's now time for the Unreliable Sources News and World Report.
I'm James Ford, and now here's the news that's news to us. French researchers found that turning up the music in bars made people drink a glass of beer about 3 minutes faster. The researchers say the loud music makes conversation more difficult, forcing people to drink more and talk less. So guys, remember, if she won't shut up and you want her to get her liquored up, crank it up. Mathilde Epron, a French air hostess, will become one of Europe's pioneer space tourists after picking a chocolate wrapper out of the trash and finding a winning number in a competition to fly to the upper reaches of the Earth's atmosphere. Other people scheduled to be on that flight will include Augustus Gloop, Violet Beauregard, Mike TV, Veruca Salt, and Charlie Bucket. No word yet on whether Grandpa Joe will be able to make the trip. Rhode Island State Police arrested Stanley Koborowski with a blood alcohol level of .491, the highest ever recorded in Rhode Island for someone who wasn't dead. According to health department experts, the legal limit in Rhode Island is .08, while a level of .5 is considered fatal. When informed of achieving this bizarre feat, Koborowski replied, "Woohoo, I'm going to Disney World!" Swedish clothing company Ellos has decided to pull two-piece bikinis designed for baby girls and apologize for the products after widespread protest. The bikinis, which were designed for girls as young as 2 months old, were pulled from stores after children's and women's groups complained. Despite this setback, the company says it's moving forward on plans to market a disposable thong diaper. Henry Hale has become the first man to be a certified breastfeeding peer counselor at Chicago's Rush University Medical Center. Hale says, "Sometimes when men hear what I do, they think that I get to be around breasts all day. It's actually more like being in a well-lit Hooters, but without the buffalo wings." Hale said he was inspired to spread the word about lactation after watching his daughter grow while feeding on breast milk after she was delivered prematurely 3 years ago. He says of his daughter, "She's all you need to know about the benefits of breast milk." And on a personal note, while I can't speak about the benefits of breast milk myself, I am a huge fan of the containers it comes in. M. Lang Executive Attire, a Cleveland clothing store, has opened a bar in the middle of its sales floor. Owner Mike Lang hopes the cash bar will put shoppers in a relaxed mood to buy clothing and encourage them to hang out to shop with their friends. Lang also expects sales to increase by at least 200% after he installs the stripper poles next month. In St. Louis, people didn't have to completely avert their eyes recently during the World Naked bike ride because police said it couldn't be quite so au naturel. Local organizers and police hammered out an agreement in which participants were encouraged to use strategic covering if they wanted to avoid arrest. Because of this, the event name had to be changed to the 2008 Why Even Bother Bike Ride. Corey McFerrin of Kansas is spending 6 months on probation because his dependent adult girlfriend sat on a toilet for so long that the seat became stuck to her. Medical experts estimated that the victim, Pam Babcock, had sat on the toilet for at least a month straight, and the seat had adhered to sores on her body. Miss Babcock claims that this was the only way she knew of to keep the boogeyman from coming up through the sewer to get her. Lifestyle Condoms has approached Miley Cyrus to endorse their line of prophylactics. The condom manufacturer has offered Miss Cyrus $1 million and a lifetime supply of condoms to be their spokesperson. Part of the possible marketing plan will include packaging condoms with a special Hannah Montana CD of love ballads so people can set the mood when they get ready to rock out the show. And in a related story, no word yet on whether Nickelodeon will proceed with plans to cross-promote Dora the Explorer with Massengale douches. Make up your own jokes to that one, people. Biff Arnold, finance manager for an Ohio car lot, said James Jones entered the dealership last week with 16 coffee cans filled with coins totaling $8,000 to purchase a 2008 Chevrolet Silverado pickup. Jones said he prefers coins to most other types of currency, adding that paper money will burn, but it's hard to damage coins. In response to this, the car dealership is issuing Mr. Jones's rebate in livestock. British parents and child protection groups are objecting to girls' underpants marketed by Disney. The underwear, designed as a tie-in for Disney's High School Musical series of TV movies, are emblazoned with the words "Dive In." A spokesman said the message was a reference to the end of one of the films, which featured the characters diving into a pool. Also being objected to are boys' underwear marketed for the new animated Star Wars film, The Clone Wars, featuring the phrase "lightsaber." The Obama clock, a feature in the Chicago Sun-Times, shows the face of the Democratic candidate superimposed on a clock. The newspaper says that when the hands reach midnight, it signals Obama has been elected president. But if they're moved to 11:30, it means he's lost. And if they're moved to 4:20, it means he's inhaled. An elephant in Beijing that became addicted to heroin at the hands of illegal traders has been returned to his home Saturday after a 3-year rehab program. Chinese media said the 4-year-old Asian elephant became addicted after he was captured by smugglers and fed bananas laced with heroin as bait and to pacify the creature. Next for the elephant, making the talk show rounds to speak about his experiences in rehab, then writing his autobiography. And finally, girls from Albania to Spain flew into Amsterdam this past weekend to compete for the European Pole Dance Championship title. According to Janine Wickering, a competitor from Germany who came in third in the contest, she believes the event should eventually become an Olympic sport. We here couldn't agree with her more. And that's it for this edition. I'm James Ford, and that's the news that's news to us.
This has been the Unreliable Sources News and World Report.